best events of the school year for me, because not only is it fun, but it saves lives, is project graduation. Did I say it right this time?
Yeah, you got it this time.
For a number of years, the schools where I have worked have had this. A lot of districts don't. And it is a safe but great place to go after the wonderful graduation ceremony. And the reason, I'm just going to lay it all out on the table, I have lost a student in my past, and in that same vehicle had a young man with a closed head injury that will never be the same. And they were really not misbehaving. They were just happy and ran off the road and hit something. So to me, project graduation, I'm thrilled that you all are helping promote it at your school. Some of your parents are involved in this. And so I invited these young people from, let me tell you who they are, Elizabeth Teeter and Kaleb Periera from Central, Daniel Ramirez and Jacob Whitaker from Lakeview. And you all are some great young people. I can say that about you. And we want you to not only have a wonderful graduation, but to stay safe and have something to look forward to, and know that it's going to be approved and not something that's dangerous or that you could be hurt. So someone speak up. Now, Elizabeth, your mom is one of the ones helping organize.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is a huge amount of work. And your mama is a big worker.
Oh, yeah.
I have been privileged to know your mom for a long time, and she always does more than her part. Isn't that fair?
Yeah, you could say that.
And so she is one that is, and another lady, Miss Stedman, who are leading the charge on raising money, because this isn't cheap.
No, it's not.
And she's also, many of your parents are helping get workers, and Kaleb, your parents are going to be able that night to go work, and Jacob, your parents are helping line up some workers, because every activity has to have an adult there working it. And so let's talk about some of those neat activities. There's unbelievable stuff that they have for y'all. Tell us about some of them.
Well, a really big one last year was the casino games. So we actually brought in a casino company last year that brought the tables and all the chips, and we actually had the opportunity to be the dealers at the tables. And so, you come in, you win cool prizes and raffles while you're playing the games, and then you can also cash in your chips at the end of the night for other great prizes.
And when you say prizes, and we're going to come back to the other activities, that's one of the things your mother and other parents are working so hard to get donated. Talk about some of these lovely prizes.
Well, I mean, there's the smaller prizes that local businesses donate, but we've also got the big prizes, anything from a Kindle Fire to a mini fridge. So there's really everything. Last year we gave away a ton of laptops.
iPads, bikes. Then there's also, we have little coupons from local places, that, like the Character, and it'll be like free wallet, and you just take it and get a free wallet. But then there's the huge things like the iPads. And
that kids, when they leave high school and their parents aren't funding a lot of that, can use. They're very useful to college-bound kids. The important thing is, you have to win, you have to be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is the carrot to have you all come and agree to stay for the whole night, isn't it? And you can't leave and come back.
Yeah, once you're there, you're there.
For obvious reasons. They don't want young people going out outside to their car and getting controlled substances and coming back in. This is truly an alcohol, drug-free party, and it's I think what is so neat when I talk to kids a day or two after they've gotten their sleep and have been there, I've yet to have a young person say to me, Oh, that was boring, but I stayed for the prizes. Every young person has said that was so neat because there's so much to do.
There really is.
Yeah.
And all night long, they're announcing new winners. And lots of food.
Oh, there's so much food. We sent people home with food to get rid of all the extra food.
And people, restaurants as well as parents bake homemade. So it's lots of different kinds of food, as I'm aware of. Now let's go back to other activities. You talked about the casino, that then they can trade in their chips for neat prizes. Talk about some other activities and games.
My favorite thing last year was we had, like you've seen on TV, those booths with wind and all the money flies everywhere. We had one of those, and you got the money and you had to stick it in a slot, and then like however much money you got, then there was a prize that you got with that.
Okay, I hadn't even heard that game.
Yeah.
All right, what's another one?
Really big last year, wasn't really a game, but they brought in a hypnotist, and so he actually took a bunch of volunteers up on stage and like hypnotized them and everything, and that was pretty cool to see.
You know, I've had that done to me one time. That's a little bit frightening as to what am I going to say if I really am hypnotized. I think I really was hypnotized the one time a few years ago. And it's all done in good. It's not to find out hidden secrets. It's
just
happy, healthy, neat stuff. All right, I heard the last couple of years there was this green goo that you got in. Did y'all hear anything about that one?
I don't think we had that last year.
Okay, but I think the point of every activity is for kids to have a good time. And isn't it neat, you young people from 2 different high schools, that you all get to go and you're there together at the same night? You know, some people ask me occasionally, well, don't the kids at Lakeview dislike the kids at Central? And I said, no, I've never seen that. That is a myth. It is a myth, isn't it? Because y'all take some classes, some kids do at our 2 high schools, out at West Texas Training Center together. And except for maybe an occasional activity, y'all don't really play each other, except maybe in a pre-district showcase of UIL one-act play or something like that.
Soccer.
Soccer maybe, but it's not for district or anything. And kids, y'all get along famously. Yeah, and so it's neat to have a night where the graduates in our city can come together, and for many young people, you'll be leaving town within some weeks. Tell me, Daniel, start down with you. What do you hope to do after you finish high school?
Well, I actually want to stay here at Angelo State
Good.
University because I want to become a public announcer for professional sports. So eventually I'll have to move out of this town. And I think the one way I can get as much San Angelo in as that I want to have.
But Angelo State is a wonderful university.
Oh yes, it's very beautiful too.
Yeah,
And
good for you. What about you, Jacob?
I'm going out to Lubbock to Raiderland. I'm going to be I'm trying to get into their honors college right now for their I've already been accepted to their engineering program. I'm trying to do chemical and petroleum right now.
Well, we will have needs of those forever. And, Daniel, we will have media announcers. So you two you're safe. Okay. Elizabeth.
I haven't for sure picked a college yet, but Trinity University in San Antonio is where I would really love to go.
That's your first choice?
That is my first choice.
And a high academic one. Great
Yes.
choice. Good
And,
for you.
I'm looking into going into environmental studies and geosciences.
Which, that is a hot topic, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And we need people like you who care about it and can tell the rest of us the truth.
Yes,
Because
there you go.
there's a lot of myths about that, isn't there? Good. All right, what about you?
You'll be happy. In the fall, I'm actually going to go to UT in Austin.
Yes.
And I'm going to go to the Macomb School of Business and do a program to get the master's in public accounting.
Well, I do tease a lot about the fact that that is my alma mater, but I'm thrilled with all of your choices. And the most important thing is that you find a good fit for you. And no one university is the best fit for every young person. And so, well, I'm impressed that you already have some goals and dreams for your future. You know that the single most important reason for project graduation is to save your life and to keep you safe when that night after you walk across that stage and you know that's the end of the first phase of your life, from the time you were born until you graduate from high school, and now you're beginning the next phase. And sometimes young people feel bulletproof.
Yeah.
And so, as my students did some years ago, were doing nothing wrong except being overly happy and just lost control of their vehicle. There was truly no drugs or alcohol involved. And so, staying off the street with plenty of sponsors, lots of food, good, clean, fun games with some neat people. What's there to lose on that?
And a million prizes.
And a million prizes. You know, I ask usually after it's over, what percent of the graduates, because we have about 950 approximately graduates, between 900 and 950, counting Lakeview and Central, and about what percent, and it's a very high percent. I can't remember exactly last year's numbers, but it thrilled me that there weren't many kids that didn't at least go. And some, I ran across a couple of, because I asked, are you going? Are you going? Are you going? And the one or two would say, but I don't know. I'm scared to go. I don't really know many people. And I said, what have you got to lose?
Make new friends.
There'll be some folks who will be glad. It may be from a different high school that will do the same activities. So you all have already bought in.
Yeah.
You're committed to going. And you're gonna then be safe and have a summer and start on the next phase of your life. Man, I'm proud of y'all. We are very proud that you've made this good, wise decision. And I look forward to seeing what you all do when you graduate and leave us. Y'all are gonna do great things. Aren't you?
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for coming, and to your parents for helping us. And this is a big deal, so thank them.
Okay.
Okay. Thank y'all.